Hello, welcome back to Genshin. We are gonna do this event, and then we are going to head into a story mission. So let's get started. I think these are gonna take some time, probably. Complete No, just says complete prerequisite.
I guess
So if
I'll just
that's
have to reject
true,
them all.
I'm glad. I don't want to wait, so that works for me. So let's see if we can't get this done. So I don't know much about this event, or I don't know anything about this event. I usually don't look up the events or what's in them outside of maybe reading the description of the event that it gives before you start it. So I didn't even do that, just something about talking to a researcher. So let's see what this do be about. Running headfirst in the desert like that. Do something, please. Command. The garrison in the village is limited since we're tied up with keeping stuff. Advance backwards to deal with them at least in the name of mutual interest. Not that we don't want to help, but the guards are now spread thinly across the desert on lookout for them. Getting a team together is going to take time. How could this be? If we return for help, it will most certainly be too late. You smell? Just some adventures. Paimon. Thanks for the heavens. Just help at last. Please save him. We need to we will make sure to reward your family. What's going on? Desert has become more dangerous than before, thanks to those wretched vermin running amok. It's for the best that I fill you in on the situation. You guys are right. I was a little anxious. Been hearing you talk about a certain them this whole time. What are they anyway? Swarm of Weenut. They have recently become unusually violent, hiding in sandstorms to attack unsuspecting prey. That way, yes, but this time there are far too many of them. It's hard to deal with them under the cover of a sandstorm, and they usually flee at first sight of danger. The Academia sent Vinayak and me to deal with these unruly Weenut, but the caravan we entrust to deliver some components was attacked by Weenut on the way. I fear they become monstrous playthings now. I want to return to the caravan and rebat for help, but Vinayak, who knew all these years, he's still as rigid as a machine. He said something about getting his precious components back and ran into the desert. What should we do? Leave the rescuing to me. Mark the location. Find him as soon as possible. Harebrained ideas about diving right into the horde of monsters. Yeah, that would be quite dumb of him. Oh, and we can grab this while we're there. So we'll teleport here. I've been into the desert a little bit. Like I
Curses.
fought the boss here and
There's
stuff,
sand in my
but
shoes.
that was mainly just because I needed the component for Dea. And then I've done a mission or two here. But not much. So it'll be interesting seeing some more of the desert. Let's fight these guys. Why not?
Ah, fellow gambler, you are not welcome here.
Flicker.
You die first.
Your sleeve.
There we go.
Here you are. How bold.
Yeah, I'll be getting
I
there.
must leave no stone
Headband.
unturned. Time to
Nice
clean up.
Oh,
I'll catch up. Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Enhanced animal module.
Deflect. Flicker. The plan's changed.
there we go. We took quite a lot of damage there. But we should be fine. I don't know why I get upset about the big boys who knock you around, because we can do that to some guys. I just feel like when I'm one of the big boys who knock people around, I shouldn't be knocked around, but I shouldn't be able to knock around other big boys who knock people around. Whereas, in reality, they can knock you around, but you can't knock them around, which is kind of irritating. But it's kind of like it's just the mechanic. It's just the way it is. It's not a horrible thing. It's just also something I wish was different, kind of thing. It doesn't need to be. Hello? Don't have enough authority. Okay. Clearance, not authority. Is there anything around here that does anything? No? Okay. Let's go grab that green thing and then get on with our mission. Because we're not going to be able to do that. Interesting. We probably have to activate that thing to get that to work. Ah. This is just also blocked off by that. That's big disappointing. I'm not gonna get distracted by this immediately. That's ridiculous. Hey, it's going the way we need to go anyway. Just kinda gotta wait for it. It's weird, because I think I prefer when it's slow, but also I wish it was faster, kind of thing. But I get, like, it's really hard to follow the ones in Inazuma, for example.
Here you go.
Which isn't inherently a bad thing, but it's more of a... It's easier to just follow it when it's slow. It's higher than speed's lower than... Just trying to figure out. All the precious have been swept away by the monsters. You're just trying to find a path through. Who are you? Relax. We're not bad guys. You mean Shreya? No, she clearly said she wouldn't care if I was taken. Okay, come on. Well, it would definitely matter if the components aren't recovered. Yeah, that sounds like something she would say. Trying to figure this out. I was close to rushing out and just taking it one step at a time. You're dumb. I'll get caught by the monster. Yeah. And with Shira being such a klutz, who else would be going to take care of these machines? Oh, that's rude. This guy thinks about nothing but his mechanical components. Yep. During the challenge, some 4-leaf sigils will have divine benedictions on them. Obtain these buffs to create shockwaves at the point of impact of your plunging attack. Okay. Okay. So there's a thing here. Let's grab that first. Hey, there's a... Strange. Okay, now I gotta know where this leads. Be careful. Okay, there's a wall. Now we are around said wall. Let's be careful not to jump off the edge. There's a downward slope. Wait. Okay, so this is just a... bit weird. And I can't tell if this is something that leads somewhere or if this is just a big circle. So let's turn here. Oh, look at that. There is something here. Holy shit.
Huh.
Well, alright then. That was just really cool. I like that. That was just a thing. That was cool. I'm glad I stumbled upon that. I kept going. Alright, now tell me where the components are.
Steady as stone.
Yeah, let's heal up.
Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
This isn't gonna affect any of the... Why'd I even...
I must leave no stone unturned.
This is a bit of a... bad situation.
Someone needs assistance.
Well, to be fair, as long as I can keep Al half alive, he's strong enough to
Scatter.
carry the situation regardless.
Buckle up! Gloves off!
Flicker.
Solid.
I need more time. Defract.
Right.
Let's get it on! Ha!
Stand clear. Absorption test. Stand clear. Animal hypostasis and...
There we go. Now you just gotta collect the parts. I see, I see.
Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would.
Yep. Forget doing this attack can cause them to stun. Which is the one decently good part. Kinda makes my comment earlier sound kinda stupid. That's alright.
I missed a spot.
Look alive!
The process of elimination.
Big effect moment.
Flicker. Well now.
Buckle up! Hi! You asked for it!
I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this all the way. Just because of how long we took on the first one.
Defract.
There's a chance.
Flicker.
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up. Swirl, Mark 2. Absorption test. Stand clear.
A process of elimination.
Once this guy's dead, all we gotta do is fight. Which is gonna be a lot easier than
Steady as stone.
thought.
Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Let's get it on! Ha!
Enhanced animal monitor.
How bold.
Yeah, there we go. Grab the thing. There we go. Challenge complete. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Which is honestly a good thing. I'm really glad that was difficult. I'm almost done. You were fiddling with the components. You say this place was dangerous, full of monsters. Why are you even here? Just worried about our components. We can't finish the assignment. Even I can't return to the academia. Everything here, once we get back, make some adjustments and finally start assembling. For the Weenut Slayer Cannon, our graduation project. Why is such an obscure topic? Obscure? Yeah, you could. Okay. Whatever you say, Paimon. You'd applied for graduation. You'd understand why. Well, not that any of this matters now. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm a mature graduate with a specialization in desert biology and ecology. This machine-obsessed doofus over here is a Kashahara researcher with a specialization in applied mechanics. I'm Vignac. Can people with completely different fields of study work together? Get me started. Working with him on our graduation proposal was definitely the biggest mistake I've ever made as a student. Can't really say that. We both managed to graduate in the end anyway. We did, yes, but did you forget how many extra years it took? Oof. Whatever the case, we graduated, right? I heard from some of our classmates just completed their thesis proposal last year. Enough, we're not students anymore, so we could just move on from the pointless discussions. You're the one who always starts it. Nonsense. We were building the first prototype. That's fucking old story you're about to tell. You guys have it for each other. You need to think of something you two together to handle this. Actually, the Academy didn't send us. A person named Kunar was supposed to take care of this matter. You could call him my mentor's mentor. He was there during our thesis defense. I guess that was how he got the impression that some young students in the academia had designed a Weenut Slayer cannon or something like that. You mean because that was your thesis? He simply kicked the two of us back here to deal with the problem, saying the academia needs to give youngsters more opportunities to shine. So it sounds like their thing was saying it's possible to make one, and this guy was like, oh yeah, they know how to make one. So now they're here. Obviously didn't consider the fact the two of us have barely talked to each other since graduation. We even convinced my mentor anyway. This is an opportunity for me to get the Weenut Slayer cannon back out in the open. Once assembled, we show the vermin what it can do. Mechanical idiot goes again. In the view, we also want to investigate the cause of the Weenut rampage and maintain the ecological balance of the desert. That's a lot of words. I'm not understanding everything I'm reading. Just upgrading machinery. Improvements were necessary and it's capable of politely. Can't you be a little nicer to me? Depends on whether the person I'm talking to is worth my patience. They're an old married couple. Got it. I'm just gonna... Attracted by the noise we make. We'll be counting on you. No problem. Let's see where all that went. Aye. Wait until the next day, 8 to 12. As we stand absolutely deathly still, almost frozen in time, including Paimon, which we know is just us because you can see the wind on the left still moving and stuff still moving even though we're still frozen. So it is just us staying absolutely dead still for hours on end.
There have been many poorly written applications lately. I guess I'll just have to reject.
Huh?
Oh, wait.
Okay, I guess it's Quest. Navigate. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't just auto do it, but it's fine. Okay, so they're nearby, they're just not directly nearby. I wonder if these were put here specifically for this quest to make this easier. Or if this is something that's always here. I'm gonna assume it's specifically for this quest because there would be no point in it otherwise. To just get to this random piece of land. You guys have been at it since yesterday? Not exactly. We actually had the debate about funding yesterday. Actually arguing about something else, but before I knew it, we went back to arguing about funding. Seems the opponent to the Shining Sparkly is trying to abandon the plan. Temporary pause. You notice there's something wrong with the environmental parameters. Continue with the assembly. The charging efficiency of the device will be much lower than expected. You figure out what's going on in this area, eliminate all external influences, then proceed with the assembly as planned. I took the margin of error into consideration when I drafted the blueprint, so it's not a big deal at all. Besides, sometimes you have to test things out before you can figure out what the problem is. Experimental device number 2 until it exploded that other year. That was different and realized the need to leave room for error back then. Start building the framework. Deviant Weena can suddenly attack from underground and disrupt operations. Cool. Charging device Weena cannon requires a stable operating environment. All opponents in various areas must be defeated for the 2 machines to be assembled.
Book learn.
You could have told me that after I started the fucking quest. Or in the process of starting the quest. Not before, like right here. Perfect place you could put it.
Here you are. The process of elimination.
Book alive!
Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Leave it all to me.
You're really not getting that well, my dude.
As a good knight should.
Let's get it on! Hi!
We are only on the first device. First 2 months. Okay, do that. I think we still have time.
Well now. Here you are.
You're dead meat!
Defract! How bold!
I must leave no stone unturned. Someone needs assistance.
Okay.
Stand clear. Don't break my glasses. Animal hypostasis emulate.
Buckle up! Ah!
As a dutiful maid would.
Here you are.
Okay. So we've gotten one of them, at least. There's that.
Steady as stone.
Look alive! Hi!
Quicker. The process of elimination.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Heal him up, heal him up, heal him up. Okay, there we go.
Animal test 6308.
Scatter.
Die. Should be just this one last boyo, hide no
Leave it all to me.
Flicker.
Honestly, sucked. Wasn't as bad as the other. Never mind, we're doomed. We're not completing this. Alright. Wish I could say we were, but
Let's get it on!
Swirl, Mark 2. Absorption test.
The process of elimination.
You asked for it!
especially not with this thing. Come on, there's no way.
Steady as stone, as a good knight should.
There is the smallest chance that we're able to do this.
Buckle up! Ha!
Stand clear.
Nah, big.
Absorption test.
How bold.
Animal hypostasis and...
Look alive! Hi!
actually kind of close.
Scatter.
Fuck. We needed that. Kind of screwed now.
Flicker.
Oh, we hit it. It started doing something else. That's some bullshit. You know what? I know we could go back, push a little harder and do it. But I think I want to do this more than I want to do that. So we're gonna go do this. And I'll come back to that, whether it's on my own or in another stream. But not right now. Cause fuck that. Okay, so we're going back to... This is the mission where we were gaslighting that one girl. For seemingly no good reason. I mean, there was a reason, it just wasn't a good one. Let's see what Nahida has to say.
Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment. Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky. Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy. Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point. Well, we understand that point now.
Yeah.
Please,
But you're
Nahida,
dumb.
tell us more
And
about
he's
what
the only
happened.
one that's so smart
Are those
that you
poor
become
people
dumb again.
alright?
Well, not
When
the
you
only one,
left,
but
I was still in the middle
doesn't
of restoring
slave.
everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the Doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me. What a relief. The Doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us. I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the Doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha. Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then, how do we stop him? Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the Doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui. We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem. Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us? Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
No, I came
We're
here for
looking for a
sightseeing.
scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find? Okay. Let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Yeah. Tainari is now a soft boy instead of a sassy boy. Which, I mean, anything is better than getting with children, so... I approve.
Traveler? It is you!
Ah! It's Hypatia!
Who? Who the fuck is Hypatia?
Ah, what a pleasant
Sure,
surprise!
long time no see.
It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
I don't know.
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life?
Oh, she's that lady.
Oh,
Okay,
I
okay.
see.
I see, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Paripurna life?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it?
Nahida's over here
Congratulations!
like, doubt.
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
That's kind of creepy of you to say, but okay.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you.
There was a promise.
Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights.
Yeah.
My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
Okay.
You can do that? I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
Okay.
We're using that incense again?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Ready?
Steady.
Go.
The big tree energy time?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled.
Oh.
The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend.
Oh.
Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me.
Oh.
Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face.
Yeah, big hat boy.
My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity.
I can't blame you for that. That's just...
There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
You know what? If he wants to be the lightning god, I'll let him. He's a sad boy. I respect sad boys here.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him.
Yeah.
But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such sublime emotion!
No, not that.
Alas,
Just depressed sad
shame.
boy.
If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God, please grant me forgiveness and salvation.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
Ah! You, why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
No.
Hypatia?
But yes. Also, but no.
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I already lost my mind?
Yes. Absolutely. 100%.
Wait, something isn't right.
No shit. Oh, you mean there's people to fight? Okay. Alright, can't do that. Well, damn. R.I.P. Catherine. I mean, let's be honest, it's only Nahida's mind, it's not her body. So realistically, it's Catherine who's getting stabbed through the chest. I mean, she is a robot, but that's besides. Oh, shit. Okay. My boy. Boy. That's a big ass anime robot you got going on there. You looking like a Power Ranger.
Okay, we finally lost him. Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Y'all been doing stuff without me?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed.
Aw,
After
R.I.P.
that,
Catherine.
Tainari heard the commotion ocean and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body?
That's generally what that means, Paimon.
Then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also,
Well, no.
while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore."
Oh, I got that
But
bit.
even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Okay.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time.
Not for good.
Was
We're
that
gonna
message all she
rescue
left
her,
for
of
us?
course.
It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
Starlight refers to the people of the desert. Illusion lies refers to activities plans.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert? But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana, correct? Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Well, no shit. Took you
Your
a
guess is
while.
correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side. So, I trust you.
Bruh.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we
But if she
came here
wasn't
to
on
ask
our
you a
side,
question.
you might not trust
What
her.
do you know about the
I see how it
project that the
is.
sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that the project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence?
Yep.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardis Di and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village.
To be
Now that
fair,
you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but
I have no issue with that guy becoming a god. The real issue is his beliefs. Honestly, we just gotta turn him around from being a cringe lord sad boy and make him sad boy with hope, if that makes sense. He needs to know not to kill everybody. He doesn't need to not be a god. He can be a god. Just don't kill everybody.
But I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Still not convinced
Yeah.
the Fatui are
It feels like we're
wholly
still nowhere
straight
close
up
to
bad
figuring out the
guys whose
Sage's
every
goals.
decision is bad. Sometimes their goal is good, or they're reaching for something that is not necessarily bad or good. They're just going about it in ways that are, I don't know, horrible acts of doom. Or crazy as shit.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Ribat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Off we go. First, we should have a couple of achievements. Come on. Alright, maybe by a couple I mean one singular one. Oh well. Ape. Navigate to that first. I would take those, but I actually want to get to the other side of the city first to grab the waypoint. Honestly, I didn't know the city was here, which I like. It means there's still a lot of small stuff here and there to explore that's decently big. This isn't a small city. Hello.
Yep.
We finally made it to Caravan Ribat. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
No, but okay.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Hey, y'all. Hey, so
Huh?
what are you doing here?
Over here.
Hi. Off we go. Anything for Al-Haytham.
Oh, hey,
I'll
went
hit
that
him.
way!
Let's follow
Let's hurry
Al-Haytham.
up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Make it bob and weave, bob and weave.
What the? Where did he go? How did we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Thank you.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
I wasn't gonna pay you
You really
back,
gave
but
Paimon a scare, Alhaitham.
I'll do anything for
We never
Alhaitham.
thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Come
Oh,
on. Don't be
so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
Let's be honest. Alhaitham is a Chad. He's not gonna just do what the academia wants because they're there. He's got his own little moral system. He's a Chad. He knows what's right and wrong.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
I haven't been hiding it from you. Just haven't told you it.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest.
Yep.
But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
Sounds
It's always
good.
better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Let's go.
Travelers and visitors, don't miss out.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Okay.
Wow!
Hey. It's the scene with Sino. Sino fighting like this is me and Peach every time I join his world.
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, We have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Alhaitham, do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him.
Yes.
If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
Oh.
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
Yeah.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
He lied to us. Rip.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Nah, we trust both of them. Explicitly.
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Dad, I love you, but you're not the one to do it. You're not. I'm sorry, Dad. You're just not. You wouldn't even come close. You would die so quickly.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
You got a moon on your head.
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over there!
That sounded like Candace.
Candace.
Come on, you two.
All these
Jeez, are
fucking
all of
names.
you academia folks such hard work?
And yet
Move
there's
it!
somebody named Candace.
All right, stop yelling.
The fuck kind of fucking... We got Sino, Al-Haytham, Dea, Paimon, and Candace. Just fucking weird ass. Doesn't fit. No offense to Candaces out there, but it just don't fit this story. That's a long ass silence. Alright, everybody's dotting.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air's so thick and
Base
heavy.
Paimon moment.
Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Then don't. Sit your ass
My
down.
sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for...
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring.
We've known her
Like
5
a
seconds.
nice older
Paimon, hush.
sister.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started.
Well,
And now
it
that you
didn't
have set
happen
foot
after
within
the
our
sandstorm.
village
Everyone just
itself,
was
It
silent.
is all the more my
and angry.
responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
No, that's still an accurate character, Paimon.
And that
Hush.
goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
Go get your ass beat.
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those
No.
two should probably start talking.
You were right to do
Wait.
what you did.
That was
You
you
were
trying
just-
to be a mediator?
Not strong enough to actually do it.
I have
We-
nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
Ooh.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
Which is not accurate.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, The Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
Exiling yourself is not going to help the situation. You have to exert your force and say, well, even if you don't actually have the permission explicitly, you have to say, well, if you don't support the data that says what you're doing, as is the rules, we're gonna, follow through with the rules, put you under arrest. Even if it ends up only bad for you, it's the rules, my dude. You don't just exile yourself. It doesn't help anybody, because they could be hurting people.
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Because it's the equivalent of if the president said, yeah, no, here's a bunch of information that nobody knows about but me. I'ma just keep that to myself. People said, hey, yo, there's a bunch of information here that you ain't told us about. So stuff is looking suspicious. And he went, I'm the president. You work for me. And everyone just went, alright, I'm gonna go over here and try and figure it out on my own over there. Leave forever until I figure it out, in which case I might come back. Who knows? I'll commit some vigilante justice. That's just not the way you do things.
Sino seems to have the same
Not the
goal
way
as
the world
us.
works.
We're all
I don't care what
investigating the
country it
sages.
is.
Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Alhaitham?
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
No coincidence.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Agreed.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
Curiosity.
You should be well aware,
cat.
Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
Hey, that doesn't mean much coming from you. I play you. You're
The
not.
winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Wait. Huh? No.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. I'm interested in the story, but I do not wish to continue right now. So that's gonna be it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Later. Bye bye.